All right, just checking out another swing here. One thing I do want to see you do and more comfortable with is having a little bit of rhythm and having a little bit of timing. I know you're hitting off the machine here and just kind of waiting for the machine, but have a little bit of swagger, have a little bit of rhythm, and just get some timing down where you're not hitting from such a standstill. I think it'll help you with your power and help you with as you get to the bigger fields and those type of things where to not worry so much about mechanical. Your mechanics are really good, and now it's time to kind of let that go and really start going for it, to being really relaxed, have a little bit of movement in our bat, not a lot, just a hair, have a little bit of movement in our hips, not a lot, just a little bit. And just have it to where we can more just kind of, if you're going to punch something, you're just not going to stand there and punch it. You're going to kind of really ramp up to hit it. And I think that'd be really important for you to work on. The other thing I want to do is get a little bit more athletic in our legs. When you're kind of tall with our legs, then you have a tendency to be a little bit stiff and a little bit mechanical and lose a little bit of power. So as you can see, as I go through here on our swings, those legs kind of get tall on us, and if we're not staying athletic, then we'll end up with not having a lot of power. So again, this is a pretty good position right here. One thing I do want to do is I want to separate out and get your knees to be a little bit wider apart. I think it's going to help you to not be so much on this back toe right here. Your mechanics are really good. Just don't get caught back to where you're kind of leaning back a little bit. You can see my body angle is more back this way of a lean that's going to push me into more lifting the ball compared to driving the ball, where this being more keeping your posture and keeping tall, that's going to help us work more downhill, and it's going to really help us more driving the baseball through the fence compared to what we talked about before, being over the fence. But I think we can get some more out of your lower half, and what I would do is I would have, instead of your weight being on your toe here, I'd have it more on the ball of my foot, and then I would also take this front foot and I would have it out just a hair more, and what that's going to do is going to give you more separation in between your knees, and I think that's very important. It's going to give you more power. And so if you get more separation in your knees, you're going to engage your lower half more. You're going to be, if you can get taller with our posture, then I can drive the baseball better and work downhill. So a good drill for that would be is to just kind of have a mirror here and check yourself out that you're right in a just straight a line from here to there, because typically you want a line from your knee straight on up and you're really close, but you just have a slight back turn here. You can see if I take the middle of your waist and the middle of the helmet, you kind of want that posture to be more up in here, where you're kind of more up and down. Spreading out your feet a little bit, it can really drive the baseball. Getting a good habit when you're done is to have your head down. I think you do a really good job at that, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. It's just more about getting you a little bit stronger. I think if you get a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more rhythm, and do those changes, I think it's going to make a big difference. So one of the drills I would do is kind of work on the high tee drill, so you can kind of take a tee here and have the tee a little bit higher. So you have to work on working really the ball going down and through the ball, so your hands have to get a little bit higher and your barrel has to get here, compared to if your hand's a little bit lower, you might work up that way a little bit to just really work on driving the baseball. Make sure you're really heavy on your legs and check your legs out, that your knees are separated from a lot of tee work and a lot of soft toss and even hitting off the machine, but getting more power into the punch. I think we can use and help you with a lot more power into this. So those are some things that I would work on. Mechanically, you're in darn pretty good shape. At the end, you do kind of you do a good job of sticking your landing there, and that's really important to do that each time. I think it's going to all these little things are just going to help you of what you're doing. But you can tell you do a ton of work in hitting. You got good mechanics, and you have some good opportunity as a younger player that I think is very exciting to see you get to grow up and really see you progress here. But work on those things. I look forward to seeing you how those things progress and work. Keep in touch, and good luck this season.